Joey Logano continues to make his way up through the field. More from Pat.
Adam Stevens, crew chief at Joey Logano, here today. Talk about it so far. Are you happy with the car? What's he said about the car, and where are we at strategy-wise here?
Well, it's been a good day so far. It's been a good weekend so far. Right now, there's a couple different strategies playing out. I think you're going to have a couple guys that aren't going to take tires. We elected to take our tires. Everybody pretty much put fuel in about the same time. So it's going to be a balance of how quickly we can get back up through the field and catch those guys with these tires on the car.
Well, that is the story as the green comes out, and a good restart for David Gilliland. Paulie Haraka second.
Yeah, Joey's going to restart this race in the 7th spot, so he's certainly up in striking distance right now. There's the car to grass. Oh, look at the contact. That was a 48 of Dave Smith again, ran up through the grass.
Borneman having some trouble. Moses Smith turned around.
Look at the damage to Boris Said's car, top of your screen, the 57 white car. He ran into the 61 of Brett Thompson.
Boy, tough break for Boris Said because he'd been another car that had been moving up through the field towards the front. We stay under green.
Kwasniewski now slots in behind the 26 of Persley. That's Persley's in 3rd, Kwasniewski's in 4th. David Mayhew right now running 5th, Eric Holmes 6th, and there's Logano in 7th.
Phil, when you get some damage to your race car here as we see the battle for 5th, it really does affect the handling. This is obviously a track or road course where you need as much handling as you can have.
Oh, without a doubt, and you run 140 miles an hour, and the fastest part is we see Logano try to make a move on Eric Holmes, but Eric Holmes said, I'm going to try to get by Mayhew at the same time.
Look at Logano.
Oh, contact.
Mayhew into the rear of Eric Holmes, and Joey Logano right behind him.
Eric didn't quite have David Mayhew cleared as they came off of turn number 11. They made a little bit of contact. Mayhew could have turned him around right there, but he let him go.
Two good cars in front of Logano. Where does he make his move, Phil?
The best places to pass at this racetrack are going in turn number 7 and going in turn number 11. Here they are now. They're going through up at the top of the hill. There's turn number 4. As they head down the short chute down to turn number 7. This is where Joey Logano is going to try to make the move into turn number 7.
He gets on the inside of Mayhew and he takes the position away. Logano gains yet another position. Remember, he changed tires, fresh tires, and now sets his sight on Eric Holmes.
Let's see if he goes after Eric Holmes as they get down to turn number 11 here. Going to have a little right-hander, turn number 10. There they are right there. That's turn number 10. Now a little short shoot down to turn number 11. Let's see if Logano makes the move. He does go to the inside.
Joey Logano wants to get by the 20 car. Dylan Kwasniewski, I think he had something to do with that. But look at Logano. They touch. And Logano on the inside. Eric Holmes doing a great job of battling him.
When they get to the top of the hill, though, if Joey Logano can stay there, he will be on the inside for turn number 2 right here at the top of the hill.
And Logano gets by Eric Holmes.
That moves him up into the top 5 here with a long way to go yet in this race.
I think we've answered the question as to whether or not he can make it back up through the field.
It was good pit strategy for that team as well as a great race car.
And now this far into the race, it's almost too late for somebody else to come in and take forward.
Exactly right. I think if they were going to do it, they had to make their bed when they did. They did it on that caution flag. Now he's made his way back up into the top 5. If somebody stops now, they're going to restart this race back around 20th with probably 25 laps to go.
And interesting that he's got the rookie, the youngster Dylan Kwasniewski, right in front of him, and then Greg Persley, who was Kwasniewski's teammate. And look at Kwasniewski trying to make a move on Persley, and Persley says, hey, hang on here.
Yeah, you talk about where to make a pass. That wasn't the place to make a pass. As we get down here to turn number 11, that's the place to make the pass. They may be 3 wide.
Hey, look at Logano down inside that yellow line. He knocks over that tower of tires. The bumper's there. And Logano is going to get by Kwasniewski, the rookie.
Kwasniewski did not want to give up that spot. He was trying to get by his teammate Persley. Logano drove it in there, didn't have a whole lot of room, had to use the tires to get by. Here's they go into turn number 2.
Look at the battles here. David Mayhew, Eric Holmes battling. Boy, Mayhew almost turns Holmes around.
Boy, it looked like they got hooked together there. Mayhew couldn't get off him. They lose several positions. You see Moses Smith get by in the 16 car.
David Mayhew trying to get by Eric Holmes. Holmes behind his teammate Moses Smith now. Boy, that was amazing that nobody turned around there. As you see the battle for 8th. Haven't talked about Brian Wong today. He doesn't run a lot of races in this series, but he's run well here.
Good solid road racer. Brian Wong always tries to run these road courses in the West Series. Usually does a nice job battling right now with Luis Martinez.
Wong finished 3rd on the road course at Portland. That's been his best road course finish, but as you said, he's able to run, and we'll watch out for that 89 car today.
Here comes Logano again to the inside of Persley to take over the 3rd spot now.
How about Logano on those fresh tires? Gets by the points leader, Greg Persley.
That's fresh tires and good brakes also. You have to have great brakes getting down in turn number 11.
I'll tell you what, you have to have a little bit of talent too, and Joey Logano's got it.
He's got a lot of talent.
Joey Logano making his way up through the field. David Gilliland is our leader after 49 laps. 10 laps remain. We're under caution. Joey Logano has made his way to 2nd place. Let's take a look, Phil, at what caused this caution flag.
See, the 21 of Michael Self gets turned around there. That's Dale Quarterly, the 32 car. And then these cars with nowhere to go, the 88 of Jessica Brunelli runs into the 22 of Craig Rodman, and that puts her right into the door of the 21 of Michael Self.
Rodman's first run in that 22 car had been Jonathan Gomez up until this point. Green flag back out again. Under 10 laps remain, and Gilliland and Logano right now the class of the field.
Mike, we have to mention that Paul Hiraka in the 12 car, who was running 2nd when we went away to commercial break, was black flagged by NASCAR. We'll send Pat to work on that story and find out what happened.
Boy, what a tough break for Paulie Hiraka. Right now, Logano looking on the inside. He's going to battle for the lead. Logano takes the lead. He has made his way back up through the field. Now leads David Gilliland, and how smart we're taking on those 4 tires.
It's looking pretty smart right now, and just about the only car in the field to do that, and he has our lead back inside of 10 to go. There's Brett Thompson off the track again.
Well, you have Pat chasing down the story, and let's go down now to Pat Patterson to find out more about that black flag.
All right, guys, here's the story from Paulie Hiraka's team. Apparently, the communication system between driver and spotter was working, but unfortunately, when NASCAR called that caution flag, the spotter had some sort of interference. At least that was his story, and because of that, he did not get that message from NASCAR. Black flag came out for Paulie Hiraka, and unfortunately, that's going to cost him a good finish here today at Infineon.
Yeah, it's going to cost him any chance to win the race here today.
Yeah, what NASCAR said was Paulie did not slow down soon enough when the caution flag came out, and that's why they black flagged him.
What a tough break for the youngster. As you mentioned, he had not raced this year, got some sponsorship for the race here today, and then has that happen. But the story right now is Joey Logano.
He opens up about a 3 or 4 car length lead over David Gilliland. Remember, inside of 10 laps to go. There's Greg Persley right now holding down the 3rd spot, Kwasniewski in 4th.
And what a run for Persley, whose average finish here is 20th. He had all kinds of problems here a year ago, but the points leader in the top 5 right then.
And what's his average finish this year? About 1.5 or something like that? All top 5 finishes, including 4 wins.
And after this, the series is heading to Irwindale, which he considers his home track. He'll be the favorite there.
I think right now this year in 2011, he's going to be the favorite everywhere we go.
I agree with you. Maybe except for today, because right now Joey Logano seems to be the class of this field.
He does. There's Kyle Kelly, the 7th car off the racetrack again. We stay green.
No caution.
See what happened. He made a little bit of contact with Moses Smith. A runner-up coming in here in the points gets turned around late in the race.
Yeah, this is an important race for Moses Smith, too, because whatever chance you have to catch Persley, you cannot afford to have a bad finish.
Especially when you have a big field of cars like we do here. We had 41 cars starting this race. If you get a poor finish here, you can lose so much more than if we have a short track race where only 26, 28 cars start the race.
Joey Logano, former driver in the K&N Pro Series East, which is kind of where he got his stock car start, has now made his way to the top level of NASCAR racing into the Cup Series.
Up at this battle among teammates for the 3rd spot, Greg Pursley has it. Kwasniewski thought about looking to the inside. Pursley makes the block.
Well, if you're Kwasniewski, I don't think you want to do anything. It's going to try to knock Pursley out of the way.
You have to admire his spunk, though.
Well, you do.
He's running 4th and he wants 3rd, but he has to be careful and certainly not take out your teammate and point leader.
You got to remember, this is the same team. So, yeah, you got to be a little careful.
As you can see, his best finish here is a 20th place finish in Sonoma for Greg Pursley.
Well, right now, and certainly we don't want to jinx him, but right now it looks like it's going to be much better than that today.
There's Brian Wong right now. He's holding down the 5th spot. Great run for him. There's Eric Holmes right behind him. There's Martinez. There's Mayhew in the 17 orange car.
Mayhew has recovered from almost getting turned around. There is Kwasniewski, who gets on the outside of Pursley. Pursley, though, has that inside position. And here comes Wong in the 89 car.
Yeah, Kwasniewski was on the inside, but then the next corner, he's on the outside. He ended up not getting that spot. Had a great run at him. See what he does when they get down towards turn number 11. That's the passing zone.
I know you want to be racing, but I'm still telling you, the young kid has got to be careful with his teammate Pursley. Look at Eric Holmes trying to get up into that mix. Holmes on the inside of Wong. Wong turns Kwasniewski around.
Wow. Looked like maybe Kwasniewski was going to try to make the move and get by his teammate Pursley, and he gets turned around by a side-by-side battle between Holmes and Wong.
How many times have we seen that down in that turn? We see it again.
Brian Wong was just trying to fight off Eric Holmes.
Just hard racing. Kwasniewski, tough break. Joey Logano leads with 4 laps left.